Global.
Good. All right. For those who don't know who you are, tell us who you are and what do you do?
I am the greatest visual artist out of the DFW, calling out of Texas. I do really everything that can be painted on. I painted shoes, clothes. I really want to do cars, everything.
Already. Now, where are you from?
Arlington.
Yes, sir.
Bagtown, big Bagtown. You feel me?
Let them know. Let them know. All right. Now, I first seen you on Arlington Urban. I think you painted some shoes first. The first time I seen you, and then I just been seeing your work ever since. Like after that, like so, how did you get into painting?
Really, I started out drawing, and then I just kind of got tired. I was like, within art, there's so many different mediums that you can explore, and so painting is really just only the second one that I've done so far. I started out with sketching, so I was like, let me try something new. And then when I started out, it wasn't good at all, but as I progressed, it got better and better.
Okay. Now, you say it wasn't good at all, but it's like now it's like every time you drop something, it's like
fire.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. Like so, like how long did it take you to get to where you are now?
Like 3 years. It's been 3 years since I've been painting, and I've been drawing way longer than that. And so like when I start out a canvas, I go back to like where I came from, so I start with pencil and paper, and I sketch all that out. And then when I feel like I got the blueprint down, then I go back in with the paint.
Okay, already. Now, how long does like a painting take for you to do?
Ooh, it depends on the size, but like the really big ones, like I know that the Future one took me 86 hours.
86 hours.
86 hours.
Damn.
And then but it depends on what it is. Like I've done a bake wall, and that one took me 27 hours. So It just depends on what it is.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about the bake wall. Shout out to DGB. I see you did the wall. A lot of people take pictures in front of that wall. How does that make you feel?
Real lit. Like when I did it, I had no idea that it was gonna turn into what it has become.
Yeah.
But it's cool to watch like something that you did flourish like that.
Yeah. And also the Arlington Urban. They changed it recently, but you did they design too. That was lit.
Yeah, I did their logo. That was pretty dope too, especially because I love Arlington. Like I'm so proud, especially because when I was growing up, everybody was like, "Oh, Dallas this, Dallas that," But we had to like kind of make a name for ourselves. And so the fact that they was like kind of trying to help the city out, and they came to me, made me feel real dope.
Yeah, already. Now, shit, I heard about your Future, you sneaking into the Future concert and actually like getting backstage and giving them your painting. So you want to tell us how you did that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like the story doesn't even start like at the day of the concert. It low-key starts before that, because the people who were actually running that concert, I had the Future painting made like before the concert happened, right? So I told them, they got on Instagram Live one day, and I told them, I was like, hey, would it be possible for me to do this? And they was like, Dolly Bills, yeah, we know you did that shit for good, so come through or whatever. And I was like, all right, bet. They was like, DM us and we gonna help you out. I was like, all right, bet. I had already bought a VIP ticket to the concert too. Okay. So I was like, just as fallback if I need to. When I get there, nobody answering the phone, nobody trying to help me in, nobody doing nothing. I get there, I try to use my VIP ticket to get in. Then they tell me, hey, you gotta leave your Future painting in the car. And I'm like, that's the only reason I came. Like, what do I look like leaving it in the car, So I'm like, oh no, we gotta figure something else out. So I look at the lineup, who all performing, right? I see Splurge supposed to go on at 5. When I get there, it's 3 o'clock. Or he's supposed to go on at 5:30 or something. I got there, it was 3 o'clock. I hit up my homie Chapo, right? He was supposed to be coming through. I think 10K performed that day too. He was supposed to be coming with him, but something happened. He didn't end up coming, right? So he told me, he said, hey, 6'7" is there. You need to hit up 6'7". That's
shout out to 6'7".
Shout out 6'7". Like he came through for me. That's Splurge's DJ.
Yeah.
So I called him and he was like, oh yeah, we gonna get there in like another 3 hours. Like he not supposed to perform for a while, so we probably gonna come around that time. So I waited outside the venue for 3 hours.
Yeah, damn.
With the painting. And I was like just waiting for somebody to come get me. I seen like the dudes that was running the show. I seen them come, go inside. They seen me, didn't say nothing. I was like, all right, it's cool, whatever, So I see 6'7". Finally at 6 o'clock, I see like 6'7" standing outside the venue, right? So I asked him, I was like, hey, can you take this in for me? And I'm gonna come through like the VIP check-in or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I got you. So I go in. And then I went and I got the painting from him, and I asked him, I was like, you think it's cool if I come backstage? Because I didn't think that I was going to be able to see Future. Like, it was a football stadium, so it was like a lot of people,
Yeah,
so we ended up going down onto the football field. As soon as we finna walk through the doors, backstage was really like the team locker room. So as soon as we finna walk back there, all these security run up on us like, nah, y'all can't go back there. Y'all don't got badges. Y'all don't got the right credentials. 6'7's like, all right, hold up, I'm gonna be right back. He go into the locker room, get somebody else's credentials, come back, give it to me, and then after that we go in there, right? So I'm in there chilling. I was probably in there chilling for like a good hour. Like Adam 22 was in there. It was like a whole bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
Next thing I know, people in there rolling up, doing all types of stuff. No cops in there, nothing. Next thing I know, some kid running there. Hey, y'all, the police finna come in here. Everybody clear out, clear out. I'm like, oh shit, I can't go nowhere. I got the painting.
Mm-hmm.
If they see me with the painting, they gonna kick me out. They already told me I can't come in, right?
Yeah.
So I went and I hid in the bathroom. I was like, there's no way I'm leaving this locker room. If I leave the locker room, I'm not getting back here again, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to stay back there. The whole locker room cleared out. I'm in there by myself probably for like 3-4 hours.
That's when you started texting us.
That's
it was
when
at her show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was.
okay.
There was a art show going on that same day, and I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to go to it, so I got somebody else to dress up and go as me. So while I'm sitting there waiting, I'm making sure everything running smooth on the other end, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there chilling, waiting. There's like people coming in and going, but they're not really saying nothing to me, right? But then like one dude, he came in. And he was like, hey, I have to go on stage. And I was sitting there charging my phone. He was like, can I please use your charger? And I was like, I have no idea who you are. This is my only Apple charger. Ain't no way I'm giving it to you. Like, you know, you gonna have to do something for this charger.
Yeah.
And there was another dude with him, and he was like, hey, if I was you, I would just let him have the charger. Like, you know, it's gonna come back and do you some good. And I was like, man, who are you? You gotta give me your phone number or something so that when I need my charger back, I could get it from you. He was like, all right, I got you. So I let him take my charger. I was like, oh man, I'm probably never gonna see this charger again. And then like he leaves or whatever. And a little bit after that, like a whole bunch of security run up in there and they're like, hey, you gotta clear the room. And then they look at me and they're like, are you in here by yourself? I was like, I just picked up the penny. I was like, yep. And I just ran out the door because I was like, don't ask me no more questions. But at this point, like I'm in the hallway, right? And there's like other rooms set up in there, so it's like different camps, right? Like they had a Juice WRLD camp, so all his people over there. But the Future camp, completely blocked off. He had a separate entrance. They had like black curtains up around where he's supposed to be walking from, so there's like no way you could get to him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like in that hallway, so I see like Juice WRLD walking by. I see all these other people. I'm like, at some point I'm gonna see him or one of his people, right? So I just stay right there in the hallway, and I had like the painting propped up in front of me, so nobody could see. I didn't have no credentials to be back there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People is walking by, like his bodyguard came and took a picture of me and was like, oh, I'm gonna send it to him and we're gonna come get you before he goes on stage. I'm like, okay, cool. So then the security dudes that was right there, they was like, all right, you could wait here for like another hour. I'm waiting there. Some other dude walks by like an hour later and he's like going out the door, right? But I see he had on a Future shirt, so when he came back in, I stood at the other side because I was like, maybe if I stand there, he gonna see me, right?
Yeah.
So he said, he came back in there with a whole bunch of girls, and I was like, hey, you think he was like, oh, that's clean. I was like, you think you can help me get it to him? He was like, ooh, we'll see, and he just kind of like brushed it off and kept walking, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. Then right before like his performance was supposed to start, a lot of people gathered in that hallway that I was at, and they're all like taking pictures and telling me that it's dope and all this and that. But I'm like on the verge of tears because I'm thinking I'm not gonna get to give it to him.
Yeah, yeah.
It's already like 10.
It's almost time for him to perform.
It's almost time for him to perform. My mom drove me up there. I don't drive, so she waiting in the car for me. She calling me like, hey, where you at? You know. So I'm like, I cannot get back in the car and tell my mom you just drove me all the way over here with this painting. You know, she gonna whoop my ass. Like,
She gonna really get the
you
job
didn't even get the job done. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I gotta get it done no matter what before I get back in the car.
Yeah.
So I hear Future start performing. I'm like, oh, hell no. I pick up the painting above my head and I ran out onto the field. I was like, he gonna see it like one way or another, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like standing over there. And when I got down there, it was kind of crowded, so I was like low-key in general admission, even though I had that VIP ticket. So I hopped the fence and got into the
With the
VIP.
painting.
With the painting. I actually,
big ass painting.
big ass painting. And it's like 36 by 48. It's as tall as me.
Okay.
So it's like me lifting myself up over my head, and it's pretty heavy too. And so, but there was like this one other girl standing next to me right while I was in the VIP section, and she was like, I just had it on the floor right at that point because I didn't want nobody behind me getting mad. And she was like, nah, I picked that shit up. So she picked it up, and she holding it up over her head. Future like could literally reach out and touch my hand at this point, you know, like he's so close to me, but he's just looking at me, right? Like we making eye contact. I could tell, even though he got on sunglasses, that like he's looking at me, right? I'm just like, oh man. Then I feel somebody tap my shoulder. And I'm like, what's up? And it's security, right? He's like, oh. like, hey, you gotta put that shit down. I was like, man, I'm not even holding on to it no more. Like, it's all these people around me, right? But it is my painting. She's like, well, you either gotta give it to me or you gotta put it down. I was like, ain't no way I'm giving it to you, so I just put it down, right?
Yeah.
Right after she leave, that girl pick it back up. She's like, nah, fuck her. She's like, this your painting. You did this. Show it to her. Show it to him. You know, like, get your thing. I'm like, all right, bet. So I put it back up. Not even like a minute later, she gonna come back. She gonna try and grab the painting. I was like, nuh-uh. And she was like, well, you broke my trust. Like, I needed this painting to be put down. There's people behind me. There's like people punching on me trying to get me to put it down. And I'm like, bro, I'm not even holding on to it. Like, it's all these people around me. The people in VIP wasn't tripping. The people in general admission was tripping, you know? They're like reaching over the barricade trying to get me to put it down. There's even like a photo of a cop trying to grab it out my hand.
There is.
Somebody else caught that picture and sent it to me the night of the show, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. So as soon as she says that, she starts talking into her earpiece, talking about I need backup, right? I'm like, oh no, you don't need no backup. I put the painting down, I ran. I was like, ain't no way she's finna come this way, right? So I hop back over the general admission fence and I start like walking out that way because I'm like, maybe if I'm in the back, like he'll see me or whatever, right? So I'm like still on the floor but towards the back, and I see 2 cops coming at me from this way. I see somebody coming from that corner, and I see some dude coming from that corner, but he flashing his light at me, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like, I didn't know what to do. I just flat out start crying, right? I'm like, maybe if I cried, they'll let me go or whatever, right? So I'm just crying. They don't even say nothing to me. When they get there, they just all like huddle up in front of me. Then one of them turns around, and he's like, as long as you don't put it up again, we won't kick you out. I'm like, okay, but now I can't get the job done. Like, I'm just stuck here. So I'm sitting there and I see that dude that had my charger, right?
On the stage, right?
Yeah, he's like sitting right next to the stage. So I look at him and I'm like, hey, where's my charger at? And he's like, oh, I still got it. I'm like, okay, since you got it, you got to help me get back there because I still got this painting for him. He's like, oh, put the painting up so he could see it. And I was like, no, because they're going to kick me out. Like, you see these police, they started walking behind me everywhere I went. They were walking behind me. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I could do that. Then he told some guy, he was like, look at her painting, go get her. So he went and he came and he got me. I found out later that that's Boosie's manager who came and got me, right?
Boosie. Badass.
Yeah.
Okay.
His manager was there, Michael Jeter. He came and he got me. And he put me on the steps that Future was supposed to come down from. He put me right there. As I'm standing there, the same security that ran into the locker room and was like, are you in here by yourself? Came over there and was like, you don't have credentials to be right here. I said, take it up with that man over there because he's the one who got me back here. He was like, all right, bet. So he left.
And you didn't know who he was at that
time? I didn't know who he was at that time.
Okay.
He didn't really introduce himself. He just said, I'm going to help you out. I was like, all right, bet. So I get back there and I'm standing there. And even when I'm standing there, the security keep like pushing me back and back and back like into a corner, right? So I get back there and they're like, oh, he's going to come and go out that door, right? And I'm like, that don't look right. So I just like kind of stood where I was at, you know? But I like took a couple steps back. Then his dancers, they came off the stage first. And one of them was like, yeah, we seen your Instagram post. And I was like, what? Because when I figured out that I wasn't going to be able to get my way in there, I told all my followers, go tag him. Go tell him he's not allowed to leave Dallas without this painting. And he was like, yeah, we seen your Instagram post already. And I was like, they was like, he fucks with it. I was like, all right, bet.
You did a giveaway, actually.
Yeah, I did a giveaway so that people would tag him.
Okay.
But then he came down the steps and he took a sharp turn. And the door behind the stage lifted up and his car was right there. I was like, oh, hell no. I literally ran. I ran his security going like this, going like this. I was like, you're not going to hit me with no Heisman. All right, I'm getting in there today. So I was standing over there. He literally like, over there, I guess like he was sweating and stuff, so he trying to change his clothes or whatever. And they're telling me, hey, come back tomorrow. We gonna link tomorrow. I said, ain't no linking tomorrow. He right there. Like, y'all not gonna let me give it to him. And I was like, I don't even want no picture. Just let me give it to him. That's all I want to do. They was like, all right. So he was like, no, go ahead, let her come through. So I went and I gave him the painting and I started walking away. And he's like, you don't want to take no picture with me? I was like, I do. You know what? You asked me. We gonna go ahead and take this picture. That's why, like, in the background of that picture, you see, like, 18-wheelers and all this stuff. He was literally finna dip. Like, I caught him as he was like, I'm ready to go to the club, like, right now.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, that after you take the picture, it was just like, is it, like...
Security came and they got me. And I was like, man, now the job is done. All right, I'm dipping. They one of them grabbed one arm, the other one grabbed the other arm. It was like,
they walked you out. They escorted you out like that. That's
and I was
crazy.
like, the concert already over. Future was the last performance. I got the job done. I'm over there like letting them carry me happy as shit. I'm over there like, y'all can go ahead and drag me out this hook today.
Yeah.
I was too tired. Like by the time I even seen him, I just like was like, what is going on? Like I couldn't even believe it, you know. Like I was so tired. I had been there for like 8 hours.
Yeah, nah.